I have few friends in London. There's little sugar in the jar. We have little time before the meeting. No, I can't believe how many English learners make this type of mistake with few and little. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use few, a few, little, and a little, so you can express yourself exactly how you want to in English without accidentally saying something different. I mean, you don't want to talk about little people instead of few people, right? Let's go. Before you learn the difference between these four expressions, you first need to be clear about what a countable noun and what an uncountable noun is. And listen carefully to this because it's not as black and white as it might seem. So, apples, people, books. These are things that you can count. 1 apple, 2 apples, 3 apples. You can count them. 1 person, 2 people, 3 people. You can count them. So they are countable. Even though people is a strange, irregular plural of person, it's still a countable noun. However, money, water, sugar, time, these are all uncountable nouns. You can't count them. You can't say 1 sugar, 2 sugars, or 1 money, 2 monies. One of the students inside my daily quick fix group said that actually he counts his money a lot, so it should be a countable noun. Yes, you can count your money, but the word money is not countable. And it's the same with water. If you go to a cafe with 2 friends and you all want a water, you can say 3 waters, please. But in this case, what you are actually asking for is 3 bottles of water. And a bottle is countable. So yeah, you will hear 3 waters in that sense. But generally, if we're talking about water, then water is uncountable. Okay, if you're new here, I'm Greg. I make English grammar simple and teach British pronunciation rules so you can speak clearly and understand native speakers easily. And this video comes with a special edition of my Quick Fix magazine. It's the Few Little edition, and it really helps you learn the grammar in context because you see it used in a story, you learn some common phrases and chunks that will help you speak more fluently, and there are a few activities for you to do so you can really learn and remember this grammar. To get the magazine, just click up there or scan that code or click the link in the description. Enter your name and email address and I will send it to you via email, and I will also automatically email you every new edition of the magazine so you can continue taking your English grammar to an advanced level. Okay, we're going to divide this lesson into 2 parts. First, few, and then little. And then I'm going to share some very common mistakes that people make which you must avoid, and a little trick so you always choose the right word. Okay, so let's start with few and a few. And basically, when we're using these 2 words, few or a few, we are always talking about countable nouns, things you can count. So first, when do we use few without a? Well, few means not many, but the important thing is the tone is often negative. In other words, what you are emphasizing is that there is a lack of something. There is not enough of the thing you are talking about. Let's have a look at a few examples. Few people passed the exam. It's not great for the teacher. It's not great for all those people who failed the exam. Few people passed the exam. In other words, not many, and we're expressing a negative tone here, which expresses a lack of something. Another example, we have few options left. Again, not many, and it's not great because we would like more options. Okay, what about this one? Few cars were on the road due to the snowstorm. Okay, we've got a lot of snow and not many cars on the road. Fewer than normal. It's the result of a big problem, so it expresses a lack and a negative tone. There should be, on a normal day, without this terrible snowstorm, there should be more cars on the road. Okay, now compare that to a few with the word a, because this also means a small number, not many, but the tone is more positive and it feels like it's enough. We're not expressing a lack of something. For example, a few students passed the exam. Okay, again, it's a small number, but it's enough and we're happy with that. If we say, I have a few friends in London, again, I don't have a very large number of friends in London, but I have enough because if I go to London, then I can call them and say, hey, do you want to meet? But it's a small number, but enough. And what about this one? We've got a few minutes before the train arrives. So we don't have a lot of time, but we've probably got enough to go and have a coffee or to simply walk slowly to the train without having to run. If I said we've got few minutes before the train arrives, then no coffee and we would have to run. Okay, so far so good, right? So let's have a look at little and a little. And remember, if we use little or a little, we're talking about uncountable things, things we can't count, like time and money. If we use little without a, this is similar to saying few without a. We're talking about a small quantity and you're saying it's not enough. You're expressing that it's a problem, that there is a lack of something. For example, we have little money left. Okay, we have some money, but not a large quantity, and we are expressing that this quantity of money that we have is a problem because we don't have enough to buy the things we want to buy. Little hope remains. Again, there is some hope, a small quantity, but not enough. And we're expressing that this small quantity is a problem. And there was little food in their house after the storm. Again, some food, yes, not a large quantity, and the quantity that we had was a problem. There was not enough. So once again, let's compare little to a little with a. Again, we use a little for uncountable nouns, but the tone is positive, like a few. So it's a small quantity, but it feels like enough. I have a little money, so we can buy lunch. Again, I don't have a large quantity, but I have enough. It's not a problem. And he has a little experience with coding. So he doesn't have a lot of experience, but he has enough to help you with your problem. If I said he has little experience with coding, then I'm expressing a negative idea and I'm saying that he really doesn't have enough experience and that's a problem, so he probably won't be able to help you. Okay, we're going to have a look at some really common mistakes that you must avoid with these words. And before we do, remember to download the magazine because you can see all this grammar in the context of a story. It's a great way to actually learn and remember this grammar, and there's some cool activities for you to do in the magazine too. Okay. Quick summary, few and a few are for countable nouns, little and a little are for uncountable nouns. Few and little mean a small amount and a negative tone, not enough. There is a lack of something and it's a problem. But a few and a little, again, mean a small amount, but it has a positive tone. Like, yeah, not a lot, but enough. It's all good. Okay, so bear that in mind when we're looking at these common mistakes. These are mistakes that I hear all the time from my students. Let's go. So number 1, sorry, I can't. I have a little time. Wait a second. If you can't, you have insufficient time. You don't have enough time. So you have to say, I have little time. Because a little is enough. I have little time is not enough. Number 2, there were little people there. No, people is countable. So you have to say there were few people there. Because if you say little people, you're using little as an adjective, which means not big people, but little people. Okay? Big difference. So, unless you're talking about a kid's party, you probably want to say there were few people there. And how about this one? A large amount of apples were left. Apples is countable, and so we have to say a large number of apples were left. You see, a large number, we use that expression for countable nouns, like a large number of apples, but a large amount, we use that for uncountable nouns, like a large amount of water. Okay, so let's go back to the original sentences from the beginning of this video. I said they were all wrong for those particular situations, because here's the context. I said, I have few friends in London. So here it sounds like you're lonely. Okay, it's maybe not what you mean. It's not what I personally mean. I have a few friends in London. I have enough. I don't live there, I live in Spain. But when I go to England, I can visit 1 or 2 or 3 friends. That's fine, no problem, it's enough. So I would personally say, I have a few friends in London. The next one was this, there's a little sugar in the jar. Well, in my particular situation, I need to buy sugar. We have almost none in the house and we need some. So for me, I have to say, there's little sugar in the jar. It expresses a negative tone, which means there's not enough. And the next one was this. We have little time before the meeting. Well, I have a meeting in about 10 minutes time. So yeah, we didn't have much time, but we had enough time to have this lesson before the meeting. And when something is enough, we use a little, not little. So, in this situation, we have a little time before the meeting. Okay, so just for you, a quick trick to remember. If you want to sound more positive, use and if you want to sound more negative, don't use Okay, I've got loads of great videos coming for you. I'm going to be doing them much more regularly than I have done for the past few years. So make sure you subscribe if you want to reach an advanced level of English. And hey, now you know how to use few, a few, little, and a little. But do you know the difference between 2 and 4? If not, watch that video next. It makes it really easy for you. And don't forget to download the Quick Fix magazine. You get it right there and it's free. Thanks for watching and bye for now.